Welcome back to Sam and Ham. This is Sam.
And this is Ham.
And guess what we're doing today?
What are we doing?
Oh, we are changing it up. We are flipping the script. We're going to do a monster showdown, but we're going old school.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, for those of you who are unfamiliar or new to D&D, D&D has multiple editions.
Yeah.
The only ones I'm familiar with are 3, 3.5, and 5, but I know there's more.
Generally, yeah, they don't just count like that.
I mean, to be honest, we don't know how to do any numbers anymore. Like, if you look at iPhone, I think they're consistent across the board. But Samsung, they've been jumping around. They went from 10 to 20 to 20.5.
I mean, that's fair. Windows went from 95, 98, 2000, back to 7.
Yeah, 7, 8, and 10.
Yeah, they don't know how to count very well either, so.
So, to be honest, you gotta be careful counting editions. But
True.
so, 5e or 5th edition is the latest edition for D&D. However, previous to that, there wasn't a 4.
There was a 4.
There was a 4.
We don't talk about 4th edition.
Okay, 4th edition banned, I guess. We're not going to talk about it. But then the version before that was 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3.
Yeah.
What was the difference between 3 and 3.5?
Mostly small math things.
Small math things?
Yeah, I haven't read all of 3rd edition, but nothing enough that... Basically, nobody stuck with 3rd edition when they went to 3.5.
Gotcha.
The math changes they made were mostly good.
Gotcha. So, I've scoured the internet. Scoured really hard for 2 minutes of research.
Wow.
Solid. Like, minute and a half longer than what I normally do.
Whoa.
And I found a D&D wiki list of monsters from 3 and 3.5 editions.
Okay.
And I think we're going to pick 3 of them.
Okay.
Roll the dice, pick 3. And rate them like we normally would based on those 3 categories.
DM tactics?
Player appeal and lore.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I want to add in an additional category of, is this already a 5e monster?
Okay.
And if it is the 5e edition better or worse? And if it's not, should we bring the old version up to date?
Okay. I like it.
And that might be a homebrew video later if we decide to reamp these stat blocks.
It's true.
Alrighty. Now, another rule is as I've been looking through this, I mean, as you can see on screen, we got it alphabetical over here. But unfortunately, our CRs here, some of them just don't exist.
Yeah. So I was looking right as we were starting the video, and these are all from Dragon Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So Dragon Magazine, from what I understand, haven't done the most research. As I was still in elementary school when this thing was mostly in publication. Yeah. But it was mostly like a magazine that was by Wizards of the Coast, I believe. And it was just like a subscription magazine that you would get. And it would come with like some small things in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I generally hear that it did not have the highest quality. Like if you brought a Dragon Magazine subclass, because they were official, right? Like they're from Wizards of the Coast, but they weren't quality, and they were usually a little broken.
Understandable. So I think that's going to be a separate video, because some of these names sound great, and I would really love to get into them.
Yeah, but I don't know what a question mark is, so let's go to actual numbers.
There's a lot, so we're going to go ahead and scroll down this list. Another thing I've noticed is the CR rating way different than what 5e is. So, like...
That's a 6th.
Yeah, there's an 8th, there's a 6th.
What?
There's even a 3rd.
Yeah, that's weird.
So we're going to kind of gloss over those. If we...
Well, we can look at them.
Oh, we can look over them.
Sense.
But I doubt there's going to be a 5e version of this.
Probably
if not,
or they've been adapted.
They've been adapted and they're a different level.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off at the lowest of low here, which is actually 0. There's only 2 level 0s here.
Yeah.
Is a bat and a toad.
Let's go ahead and roll it.
Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and... Do we want to do a d20 still?
Well, let's go with a d12.
A d12? Let's tempt the fate. Stay a little bit smaller. And we have 10.
It knows to roll big, though, still.
It does know to roll big. So we're going to start up here with bat at our level 0 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The mole worm. Go ahead and give this another... Oh, give this another roll. A 1. So underneath the mole worm is the penguin.
Penguin!
The penguin.
Do you think it's like the Batman guy, or is that an actual penguin?
We'll find out. And then another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. An island pony.
Okay.
We'll see what we can find for that. Unfortunately, it's not a hyperlink, so we'll find.
Oh, do we need to skip him then?
Nope, we'll do what we can. Even if that means having to pause and pull up an actual manual. I know we have them somewhere.
Yeah, they're all the real books too.
Definitely. Anyway, so back up to number 1, the
moleworm.
The moleworm.
He's diminutive.
Alrighty, so what we know about the moleworm is it came from the Polyhedron magazine in May of 2004. It is a vermin and a CR16, so we've already started off on a very strong foot here.
Quite small. So, unfortunately, this page didn't have the stat block.
It does not, but we did manage to find it on...
But this one's from Dragon Magazine, number 319. Shrug. If they wanted the other one rated, they would have had it on the website.
Understandable. So, this is what we got from the moleworm here. It is a
quarter of a D8 hit die.
It is. So it has 1 hit point.
It's got +2 initiative, a speed of 5.
With a climb speed.
That's true. And AC is 16. Not bad.
It's got -17 to grapple?
Yeah.
So I'm
well, imagine it's a little worm man. You know, the barbarian's gonna go up and grab. Yeah, he's gonna grab him. It's a little worm. What do you want?
It has lightning reflexes though, so you think it would be able to get out of that? It has weapon finesse too.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta get weapon finesse. That's a feat in the old editions. That wasn't just back in my day. They didn't just have finesse rapiers. You had to take a feat.
Understandable. So, again, this is a white segmented caterpillar that leaves a faint trail of sticky residue as it crawls. They remain in their caterpillar stage for months or years, eats berries or bark. Then they cocoon and make butterflies, mate, and die in a matter of days. So it's a standard. No, it's a standard life of a caterpillar.
That's true. Possessed of an ineffectual bite, has nevertheless evolved some defenses. Acidic innards. When exposed to air, it takes damage from slashing or piercing weapons. Creatures in the same square take a d6 of acid damage.
Nice.
And disease, moleworm rash. Ooh, these were fun.
So when you get bit, you have a DC of 10, or you get a rash.
Yeah, that makes you take a d6 of dexterity and a d3 of charisma damage. So, like, your stat is reduced by that much.
Oof, I get it. Your charisma goes down because you look ugly. You got rashed.
Yeah.
I like that. They also have +8 racial bonus on climb checks.
Yeah.
Just an interesting little tidbit there. It does weigh less than a pound. DM tactics.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think this thing has, it's got one tactic. It's climb on things.
Climb on things and, make the party look, ugly.
Yeah, no, this is something that, like, it crawls on the wizard at night, and, like, the ranger has to, like, wake up and stop people from attacking it.
Yeah.
Because if you attack it, you get the rash, or the acidic innards. It's actually got some interesting mechanics that I don't think are oft used in 5th edition.
Okay.
I like him. I think he's obviously incredibly weak, but interesting. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Okay. Yeah, no, following up on that thought is just, this would be an interesting nighttime encounter. Like, this is like where you have the players roll, a d20 and have to do like a save or do a random encounter.
This is a fun random encounter too, because it's not one that's like, there are 7 wolves that are attacking you, and then you have a 20-minute encounter where you all fight the wolves. This is different. This is weird.
They wake up and go, oh, there was a bug on me! Yeah. And, we have to roll a check and see if they swatted that bug to smash it, because it says piercing, but what about crushing?
No.
So you can crush it.
Yeah, you can crush them. You just can't stab or slash them.
Interesting. I like that. However, I don't want to get rashed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't see much player appeal here.
This is nice. If I had to be woken up in the night, I'd rather it be this than the wolves.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I like the idea of the druid.
The wolves.
True, but I like the idea of the druid going, no, it's just a little bug. And then
it's just bug?
It's just a little bug. And just like carefully picking it up and putting it over on the tree again instead of in or the opposite of the druid hiding it in the necromancer or the warlock's sleeping bag just to mess with them.
It also says you can have these guys as a familiar, and if you have them as your familiar, you get +3 hit points.
I love him.
Wizard, can your familiar scout out the tower ahead of us? He's a worm. It's gonna take a while.
I'm gonna give him a 5.
That's lore.
It doesn't have a lot of lore, but
I'd give that a 2, maybe a 1, and there's no lore here.
The druid gives it lore.
All right, we'll give him a 2. All right, moving on.
Moving on. All right, back to that list. Next one was Penguin
from Frostburn.
So this is from Frostburn. It is a tiny, and then a 1/6. Again, not doing too well here.
We rolled low.
We did roll low. To be honest, we set ourselves up to roll low. Alrighty, so that the tab doesn't give us anything, and when we Google 3.5 penguin, couldn't find anything. However, we found Pathfinder.
Well, just as good. Just as good. I can't see it.
Pathfinder penguin though is a 3rd CR, not a 6th.
That's absolutely fine.
Which, if I could do fractions, that's bigger.
Yeah, good job.
A 3rd is bigger than a 6th. Which makes no sense, considering 6 is bigger than 3. Fractions, man.
Fractions.
Anyway, so it is a small animal. It's got low light vision, perception, AC is 10.
That's 11.
Oh, sorry, 11, I forgot. Pathfinder has different ACs based off of...
You got like 4 A's. That's how 3.5 works. Well, that's why I figure Pathfinder First Edition is basically 3.5, so we'll call it.
Close enough. They do have 10-foot movement, 40-foot swim, and they can toboggan themselves. Yeah. They have belly slide feet.
Yeah, they sure do.
Bite is just a D3 -1.
Yeah, I don't think that's not a good combat stat.
To be honest, it's just funny. Just on snow or ice-covered terrain, the penguin can move at 30 feet by sliding on its belly rather than walking. Like, it's not meant to attack. DM tactics.
A 2?
A 2? You're not gonna have an army of penguins attack the party?
No! 1! Why? Unless this is Futurama where they get guns. I don't think this penguin's posing any threat to anything but a wizard with no constitution. They got the toboggan is funny. I like the toboggan ability.
I do.
I will give them a 2 for the toboggan ability.
I love that. Okay.
Player appeal.
9.
Yeah, no, that's fair. They're adorable.
They are adorable. And I'm just thinking of that penguin slide ride in the Avatar and Last Airbender. I know these says small animals, but what are the odds?
What are the odds? Well, kids can be small.
Kids can be small. What are the odds, though? We just find an abnormally large penguin, and we just slide on it. Lore.
It's a penguin.
It is a penguin. Probably a 2.
That's
probably a 2.
Probably a 2. And the last one is the Island Pony.
Island Pony, which Island Pony comes from Champions of Valor. It is a medium creature, animal, and it's a 4th CR. We found it. Alright, so the Island Pony, the
Eluskan people are not known for the horsemanship. Still, the horse, or more accurately, the pony, has played a key role in their civilization. The Island Pony, as pony, but +2 strength, +2 con, or -2 con, +2 charisma.
Well, sounds
we did
like...
all that work for a reskin?
Unfortunate.
3.5, I hate you. It's okay. DM tactics, it's a pony.
It's a pony.
It's a 2.
2.
Player appeal.
8.
It is a pony.
It is a pony. I get to ride that pony. And, it's an island pony.
I'd give it did have some lore.
Yeah.
3 or 4?
4.
Okay, now, for our most important thing. None of these are from 5th edition. Should they bring these back?
Well, technically, ponies are... It's a reskin across the board.
Yes,
pony is a horse.
Not an island pony. Thank you.
Alright, so fine. We'll come back to the pony. Go back to the mole worm.
Yes, bring him back. I love him.
You love him. Bring him back.
He's got diseases. He's got cool death effects. I don't think there's any way... Like, I could replicate him by making my own stat block. But 5th edition doesn't have a lot of good poisons or diseases, really. And I think that would be a fun one to bring back.
Understandable. Penguins.
I don't think we need to bring him back.
He technically doesn't exist in 5e.
Yeah, but
However,
now dire penguins I could get behind.
me too. Actually,
Dire penguins we can bring back. I'll give you that one for free, Wizards. I like the toboggan ability. That was kind of cool, but otherwise there was nothing in that stat block. Interesting or unique.
true, but if someone was doing an Arctic adventure and wanted creatures that needed interaction,
Dire penguin.
dire penguins or just penguins, yeah. This could
Yeah,
be baby dire penguin stat block.
Maybe. But I don't think you need a stat block for penguins.
Not typically, no. I would
I
just
think
give
you
them a basic, 10 EC and...
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at that point, just reskin anything else.
And then the island pony.
I hate the island pony. I'm mad about the island pony.
You're right. The ponies already exist, though, in 5e. Their horses are everywhere.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of, like... Do they really need to make this?
No. I mean, the only difference is it has a bonus for climbing and balancing on rocks. It's just a big goat.
It's just a big goat. I mean, this is something 5th edition would do a lot. It's just, or that 3.5 would do a lot just to kind of fill out the books. It's neat. I'm sure somebody cared about it at some point, but I don't think we need to bring it back.
Understandable. So with that, are we ranking these on most liked versus least liked? We've talked about bringing back...
Worm!
Did it score the highest, though?
Yes.
Really?
I'd have to do the math, but well, hold on. It tied with the pony?
It tied with...
What the heck? These dang player appeals.
I know. Totally unbiased. Unlike the DM tactics. But instead of ranking these 1 through 3, just because we kind of already talked about it, I think you guys already know what's best. And again, who we're bringing back. So until next time, this is Sam.
And this is Ham.
He's a little salty right now, so...
It's true, but you know what doesn't make me salty?
What doesn't make you salty?
The idea that this video was brought on by a subscriber.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This idea was made by Puba. So thanks, Puba, for the idea. There's probably going to be some more 3.5 monsters coming, as we always need a good reason to crack open some old books. So, thank you for the video idea, and if anybody else has any video ideas, we'd be happy to hear them in the comments below.
But until next time, we'll catch you in the next one.